we can start climbing to the top, let me check this out.
Really afraid to admit is the power that furries have across the internet.
The furries have an immense amount of power. They're actually their own political power, as you know.
One thing that I'm really afraid to admit...
You piqued my curiosity. You brought up furries. Now I gotta know what the frick's happening here. The furries and politics, what's going on right now?
Is the power that furries have across the internet. They used to be
sounds like
like
it'll give me a laugh.
people
I
that
laugh.
everyone just laughed and mocked. I mean, even I did the exact same thing. I think I made a bunch of videos like 5, 6, 7 years ago just mocking furries, which was basically the biggest form of projection imaginable. I mean, a good example is the Moderna COVID vaccine.
Projection? He said projection? I don't know. It sounds to me like somebody's secretly a furry.
Was found was because of a furry. I wish I was making it up, man, but it's real. It is actually terrifying how large the furry space is. And also, one thing I've noticed definitely over the, past couple...
How large the furry space is?
Years. This is a change that's happened really quickly. Furries were definitely a group that used to be mocked, and now it's more normalized. I mean, if you see someone...
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, they used to be mocked. No, they definitely don't get mocked nowadays, obviously.
In a fursuit in the street, most people will probably just think, oh, you're one of those people. But it's definitely a lot more normalized now than when it was 5 years ago.
No, we still say the exact same thing. Oh, you're one of those people. But now we just know that they exist. They've just been,
During like the leafy commentary era, like furries were basically just this like very
now we're
discreet
used
part
to
of the internet that no one really talked about. I mean, I've even had people that have came up to me at meet and greets and said that, you've helped me discover that I was a furry. And then I look at them smiling, saying I'm so happy for them. As a tear rolls down my face.
You help them discover their furry,
absolute disgust,
the furry side, the furry awakening
I've created. Now, how do furries get involved in today's story? America, because it's always America.
Every always
story
America.
I hear that comes
It's
from
freaking
that
awesome
country
here.
amazes me. It's basically a GTA 5 RP lobby.
It actually is. It's no joke. It's great.
Higher up down here, you both are probably going to be gone forever.
What? And obviously the two biggest players in America at the minute.
I heard we just tried to assassinate an ex-president.
Joe Biden and Donald Trump, Sleepy Man and Orange Man. Now, one thing I'm really going to try to not do is talk about Joe Biden's recent conference the other day, which was a complete blunder, referring to Trump as Vice President Trump.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be Vice President. But I think she was not.
Come on, bro. Come on. That is just sad.
Not qualified to be president.
And also, I'm
We're literally watching a man
that he
lose the last of his few brain cells live on stage.
Zelensky of Ukraine as President Putin.
Yeah.
I'm not President Putin. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway.
You called your vice president. You called Kamala Harris Trump, and you called Zelensky Putin. Like, I don't understand. Like, bro can't even tell who he like. I'm just saying, if it was like a life or death situation and he had like people at gunpoint, and they had to be like, no, you have to take out the enemy. Like, I wouldn't trust him to fire at the right person. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we trust this guy with nukes.
Now, I kind of had to look into what the Heritage Foundation was because, I'm UK pilled. It's essentially a conservative website that is, and I quote, fighting for America's future by trying to unite conservatives together. Every day.
Okay, I saw Master Sam send me this, which was a lot of reading, and
Heritage works on our nation's capitals to build an America where freedom, opportunity, prosperity, and civil society flourish. But unlike so many other organizations in Washington, D.C., the Heritage Foundation's focus isn't on putting more power into the hands of the government, it's on returning power to the people. Honestly, they say returning power to the people, and the only thing I can think of is those upgrade machines for your
power to the people. Let's go, dude, from BioShock. Shout out, we're doing the entire BioShock series one day.
Shock 1. Pyro compares something that isn't a video game challenge. Impossible. Now, this was founded in the 1970s to give you an idea that it's been around for quite a while. Now, obviously, the backbone of more extreme conservatism is usually just white person, le good, le color people, le bad. Now, the thing is that's really bizarre about this hacking, obviously, apart from the fact that furries were involved. If you go onto their website, there's actually a link to Project 2025. And apparently, this is just an entire rabbit hole that would probably need like its own 4-hour video. It's basically an idea, and I'm trying to quote this because I don't want to get butchered. Americans need to save their country and think that the best way to do it is to get conservatives in office. So basically, they want to reshape the political scene and reshape the government to make it fit the next Republican president, which obviously...
No way! The politicians are politicianing and they had a plan to politician? This is an outrage. I can't believe it. I've never seen a presidential party try to change the country to fit their viewpoints. This is wild. I've never heard of this. Project 2025 breaking new ground.
At the minute, as we know, the primary candidate is Trump, Orange Man. Again,
yeah, I kind of, let's be honest, we all kind of assumed all politicians are trying to politician and are trying to change. And every Republican gets into the Republic office and sets it up so that future Republicans can win. This is nothing new.
2025, it runs deep.
Just because they wrote it on a piece of paper.
I am not Hassan Piker. I'm not someone that sits all day looking into politics. I am not well versed or well educated in it. I'm more just talking about this story because it.
To be fair, that's probably the reason why you seem a lot happier than Hassan Piker.
Involves
bro is tense.
And furries, which are like two groups.
As soon as he starts to stream, bro's pissed off about something.
Sometimes they don't, but mostly they do. So they want to basically remake.
Was that a nazi
dog? Even go as far as to ignore constitutional laws that are already in place. So this is how cooked America is the minute now, right? You basically have Republicans against furries, a group of people that dress up as animals.
Republicans
that were made
versus
fun of, like 5
furries.
to 10 years ago by everyone on the internet, and now they have enough pull to go up.
Dude, it's gonna be a furry army, bro. Tell me, Biden has a furry vote, bro.
In all of America.
This is what 2035 is gonna look like, ladies and gentlemen. It's not gonna be fighting over the black and Latino votes. See, because you're not allowed to say black and Latino votes anymore. That's not okay to say that. So it's gonna be the furry votes. It's gonna be the weebs. It's gonna be the musicians. So like the Taylor Swifts. You know what I mean? Like all them, the Post Malones, the Jack Blacks, and that's gonna be the musician vote with all of their fans. Then you're gonna have the actor votes, the actor that with all the actors, all the famous actors that all come out and like give their opinion on stuff. Then you're gonna have the YouTube votes, similar to how ooh, it actually detected my hand there for a second. You want to keep no? Okay, fine. It's broken still. And then we have the YouTuber votes. Look at cynical. What is it? Drunk cynical movie reactor guy. Drunk cynical movie reactor guy. Disney's mad that he keeps reviewing things. So like the internet's starting to bring some influence. And lastly, we're gonna have the furry vote. Ooh, and then we're gonna have the hentai weebs.
It's like those videos on TikTok where you see like a furry beating up someone else. So
I wonder how much political power the hentai weebs have.
Of hacks over the
degenerates. The degenerate vote is.
And what they did is posted on Telegram. I have basically never used Telegram in my life, but I just know for a fact that it is like every single furry you ever speak to will somehow have a Telegram. And their bio states they are gay furry hackers.
A Telegram? What's a Telegram?
Lowercase c. So it goes back quite a bit, but they've basically been hacking a bunch of things that are against trans rights and the queer community in general. Now, their targets consist of rather large bodies, like, for example, NATO. Apparently, this wasn't even the first time they hacked NATO as well. They said themselves it's their 3rd time. Day 5, we have breached another NATO portal for the 3rd time. We were able to access tens of thousands of documents from NATO headquarters consultation, command, and control. Unfortunately...
No offense to you, but I do want to get to some gameplay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little magic.
Due to technical issues, we weren't able to automate exfiltration of the full set of documents. We could only get a couple hundred documents and user info. (3) I must be doing something wrong if the feds ain't on my every country supporting Israel, especially those in NATO. In addition to this new breach, we are re-releasing our previous 2 NATO breaches to ensure the most leaked documents are in circulation. There's also a list of all the networks they managed to shut down.
They really don't like NATO.
Extend Defense Systems, Jewish Agency for Israel, Ben Gurion University, Bloomberg Capital, Bright Source Energy, Merkaz, Klita Absorption
they're shutting down stuff in Israel.
And to end their worldwide tour of hacking, they went straight for the Heritage Foundation. Now, logs were posted on their Telegram, and apparently they were soon contacted by Mike Howell, who's an executive director. Now, this wasn't really a simple hack, but it also wasn't really harmful. They specifically got their WordPress domain, which held a lot of the top of the food chain emails, such as .mil, .ru, and .cn. They essentially got hold of the front page of the foundation's website. There was actually a tweet covering this that, completely juiced. Final hack. Over the past 7 days, we've released a hack every day, from NATO to Israel. We attacked many. We have one more gift for you all. It's 1 minute till midnight, so I'll start the show. We hacked the Heritage Foundation. (3) Holy moly. The Heritage Foundation is a conservative think tank tank in America, among the most influential public policy organizations. This organization is responsible for leading Project 2025, an authoritarian Christian nationalist plan to reform the United States government. Project 2025 threatens the rights of abortion, healthcare, and LGBTQ+ communities in particular. So of course, we won't stand for that. We've gained access to the Heritage Foundation's database with user data, logs, and other juicy info. We also access 200 gigabytes of mostly useless files in their server. These useless files won't be leaked. Mew Mew, I wonder what would happen if we leaked the passwords, email addresses, and full names.
Mew Mew, did you actually write Mew Mew in there?
And even the Heritage President, Kevin Roberts. Be gay, do crime. We thank you to the Heritage Foundation. Get in touch with us. We will make fun of you endlessly. Love, gay furry hackers. Thank you everyone who has supported us. We have an important announcement coming soon. Now, the exchange between them was like relatively trivial on Mike's end. If you can imagine, he's basically calling them all just a bunch of closeted furries, and he was seeking that legal action be taken place immediately. Not only that, but he also apparently mentioned that if you were thrown in prison, they would likely get sexually assaulted. Mike Howell, would you like to meet virtually or send an emissary to meet in person? Theo, I would like to be left alone without my rights being threatened. Mike Howell, are you aware that you won't be able to wear a furry tiger costume when you're getting in the federal prison I put you in next year? Theo.
Mike, you had to know he was gonna put this up, Mike.
Such unprofessional language from an executive director. Would you mind if I shared this? (3). Mike Howell, please share widely. I hope the word spreads as fast as the STDs do in your degenerate furry community.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that was pretty funny. I like how this is so serious. Like, you know, hundreds of gigabytes of data has been leaked, and they're just talking shit to each other. Mike Howell, bestiality is a weird sin. It shows you've gone a few clicks too far in trying to satiate your deviant appetite. Vio, what's your opinion on 4?
On 4?
Hi, boy.
4 is the best. What do you mean? It's the absolute best of the best. Oh my goodness. Just grabbing a quick drink. Frick, dude, I should have put some popcorn on for this one.
Is you get out of mummy's basement, iron your shirt, go buy a girl a drink, and ask her out instead of Googling new deviancies for you to fix.
Hey, no worries. We'll be getting onto the gameplay in just a moment. Apparently, a bunch of furry hackers just took down the government.
Daytime. I like how we didn't go into detail about what Vor was. It all just went completely over his head. Vio, BRB, I'm right.
I didn't know about this.
You to immediately post your docs publicly or tease it for a little while first. (D). Mike Howell, whatever you prefer. I'm tied up with the FBI issuing a 2702 order on your social media. You aren't that sneaky for your line of work. Screenshot of our Bitcoin wallet's transactions. Vio, OMG, you learned how to look up the public history of my Bitcoin address. Good job, pal. I'm proud of you. D. I really do love in this situation you have a
congratulations, you figured out how to do basic stuff.
To understand the furry community. I don't know why they always use that excuse.
Bro's really trying to sound smarter than he actually is to this freaking actual hacker.
Like, you know, they always say, "Oh, get out your mum's basement, bro. Sort your life out." But it's like most people probably live in their mum's basement and they're completely content with that. But it seems that they were serious about that being their final hack.
Are you kidding me, bro? Most people in America are living in their mom's basement because the government can't freaking control it.
After that, they basically disbanded. And apparently this wasn't because Mike was threatening to get authorities
involved.
Well,
absolutely do. I freaking love it. I think I just put up a video as well today on that case. About the whole situation with Denji.
Announcement we plan to disband
and Makima and how he was basically influenced
we do so now for our own mental health, the stress of mass publicity, and to avoid the eye of the FBI. I've been considering quitting cybercrime lately, and the other members have agreed it's time to let SiegeSec rest for good. In the past, I've tried quitting cybercrime a few times, and I've always been unable to fully quit. This time, hopefully,
it's like an addiction, dude.
For my own well-being. We may not be a cybercriminal group anymore, but we will always be hackers and always fighting for the rights of others. So it seems that
doesn't sound like you're quitting. That doesn't sound like you're quitting cybercrime. That sounds like you're
big targets. Eventually, you will get all your stuff leaked. You will be exposed. There's actually a huge.
I want to stop committing crimes. That doesn't mean, however, that I'm not a criminal.
Correlation between people that do fraud and people that do hacking online, because usually they get caught because they get too greedy. They go after bigger targets. You know, fraudsters, they try to go after that car or that Rolex watch, and it catches up with them because if you fly too close to the sun, then the authorities get involved. And honestly, I think it's a really good shout they disbanded, because if they kept going after bigger targets, because that's what hackers do a lot, they tend to go after bigger and bigger and bigger targets, you know, to kind of satiate the appetite. Eventually, they will get caught. But yeah, like I said at the beginning of the video, furries are everywhere. They are everywhere. Like, I remember seeing this meme of a plane full of furries.
The furry invasion has begun. They're in our government. They're hacking our systems.
Because it is weird how furries have, so many of them have a background in IT. I mean, a good example is I'm a YouTuber. I'm incredibly
100%. The vast majority of furries are from IT. I don't know why.
I'm incredibly wealthy because I got incredibly lucky to have this
job. As someone who has a background in IT and definitely is not a furry, I don't know why.
Surely I could just commission all the furry art I want. No, I can't, because other furries apparently have infinite amounts of money. I don't know where these people get their money from. So what's the moral of today's story? If you're a furry, send me £5 million worth of Ethereum, please.
Let's go! Yo, hit me up with some of that. this on over to the Discord. I love it. Alright, I'm gonna post this up on the Discord if anybody wants to go check that out. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!